Hello everyone, this is Akash Chauhan, and in today's lecture we will discuss about passing and returning an object in C++. Okay, so either we can pass object or we can return object with a function. So what it means, passing an object as an argument. So if we have a function, we usually either we pass some arguments in the function or we don't pass. But instead of passing arguments, we can pass an object. Okay, that is the point of this lecture, playing with the object. Either we are passing or returning an object with the function. Okay, so when we are passing an object as argument, this is how we write the function name and the class name and the object or the object name. Okay, this is during the function call. Okay, so during the function call, please listen to my words. During the function call we pass the object. Okay, so if I want to write it, we write object name as argument of the function during function call. So whenever we call a function, if we are going to use object inside that function, we should pass that object during the function call. And the function definition would be able to handle, we should design the function definition in such a way that function definition would be able to handle the object as a argument. Okay, the second thing regarding this lecture is returning object with a function. So returning an object as an argument. So if you remember, in a function we generally return object, we return some parameters, like return sum. After adding two variables, we return sum. So instead of returning a parameter, we can return the object. Okay, so what it means to return object, it means the function might have populated the values inside the data, or inside the object, or the variable inside the objects, so that this object will be used later on. Okay, so if the function would return an object, this is the signature. After return, you simply return the object. It would happen in the function definition. So the function definition you would design in such a way that the return data would be object, and also the signature of the function during the function definition would also be able to handle, because the return type, if the return type, let's say if the return type of the function is integer, and you are going to return object, it would not work. The compiler will throw the respect error. Okay, so if I want to write about this, so we say we write object as a return data of a function during function definition, but that is not enough. The thing is, it should be appropriate data what we are going to return as an object. It should be, appropriate to the function prototype. Or the function prototype means whatever it is being decided during the declaration of the function, that what you can return out of this function, either it's integer, float, object, or what kind of object. Okay, if you have declared the function returning a human class object, and if you would return the cat class object, it would not work. Okay, so this is about passing and returning object in C++. So what I'll do, let me take a example code so that we can understand both of these aspects. The first one is the passing the object as an argument of the function, and the second one is returning an object as an argument of the return type. Okay guys, this is the example in which we will discuss about the function, the object passing as a parameter, and returning an object with the function. So if you pay little attention on this, that by the red color, it is showing that this is a okay. So guys, this is the basic example of passing and returning an object in C++. So I have created an example class in which A is a public class member data. Okay, data member. Okay, this is a member function inside the class, and the class, the function name is add. It is accepting two parameters, and both parameters are of example type class. It means when this is actually the definition of this function. So whenever we will be calling this function, we'll have to pass uh, two objects of example types with different values maybe. Okay, you can even pass the same object as well, because the concern here is the object would be of example type. Okay, let's pay attention to this thing. This is an example. So it is saying even after adding whatever logic you are going to apply, it should return example type of object. So let's say we have taken example ec is the our object. Okay, and eca, it means the c ec object, this one, the variable equal to ec dot a. Initially it is 0, or we have to decide before the during the before the function call, the this initial value. So if you pay a little attention on that, that int main has decided declared so int main has created three objects, e1, e2, e3. And in e1, okay, in e1, a is decided 50, e2 a decided 100, and e3 a is decided as a 0. So what I'll do, I am using e3, and I'm calling e3 add function and passing e1 and e2 as it is expecting example object. Okay, so e1, e2 would become ea and eb. Okay, and ec is considered over here only. So eca equal to the 0, 50, and 100. So it would return 150, and it will return this object, and the return object would store into E3 itself, and we are taking E out of that. So the output would be your 150. But the important point of taking this example is, in this example, this method is taking two object as an argument, or the instead of using the data types like integer, floats, or something like that, it is using the actual object. And in the return data type, it is also returning here, it is returning the object itself, it's an example object itself. Okay, so this is how we can pass and return object in C++. This is the very basic example. We can extend the logic, and we can solve difficult problems by creating our own objects, and we can play with those objects in C++, because there are some good functionalities provided for objects in C++ as well. So guys, thank you so much. We have